John 1, verses 1 to 5. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. The same was in the beginning with God. All things were made by him, and without him was not anything made that was made. In him was life, and the life was the light of men. And the light shineth in darkness, and the darkness comprehended it not. John 1, verse 25.
I'd like to say grand rising, good morning to each and every one of you. I know that you looking for our theme music and forth. Well, we have a technical problem. It's a StreamYard controls here. They got a problem somewhere. I don't know. I can come live. You can hear me. I know that you can. I'd like to welcome you here. Hey, Jessica and Pam G. Wonderful food fight that they had in Pontotoc. I wanted to just say that. I wanted to thank Jessica Starks and all of her, the people that helped her, the organizers of that wonderful event that they had. I heard you had a blast. I am sorry that I wasn't there. This is the MacMan Morning Show each and every weekday morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. That's 10 a.m. on the East Coast. That's right here at Mac Media 3 Productions. I wanted to say something, uh, and in the midst of everything, and I'm not just going to talk about every time something happens or we run into a problem. Well, things do happen. Things happen. But are we to quit? Are we to stop doing what we're doing? I made a vow as long as I had an opportunity to broadcast, and I know that we're limited in what we're doing this morning, that I was going to do that. That's my commitment. My commitment is to all of you, to the people that give me an opportunity to come on the air each and every day. Even though sometimes the journey is kind of weird and sometimes things happen, you got to roll with the punches. And I'm just glad to be able to do what I do. I want to thank each and every one of you for your support. No matter who's here, uh, we still have our loyal viewers and our listeners. Let me say this too. Also, it was some shade thrown, and I'm not going to talk much about it, but I'm going to just say, let me take Jessica off here because I don't want y'all to think it was had anything to do with her. Uh, Let me say this: as a broadcast journalist and as a reporter, um, my interest is the news and the facts, bringing those facts, bringing those facts. Excuse me, bringing those facts to the general public as an independent broadcaster. It takes uh, it takes money to run any organization worth anything, and I'm leading up to this, that don't look down on your beginning. If you're attempting or have attempted to do something, nobody ever said that it was going to be easy. Nobody ever said that the plans that you make may be the ones that, come through for you. But God always has something, a ram in the bush. He always has somebody that is standing by and near to lend you a hand. I'm tired of people saying that every time you get around them, we're identified with being broke, poor, and all these other things. We do have struggles. When you're stepping out to do something, you may not have all the work. If we had a silver spoon in our mouth, if we had inheritance, my grandparents were rich and Rockefeller type rich or whatever, a Rothschild's rich or whatever, just rich, just had enough to help, it would be nice. But we don't have that advantage. as a people. We didn't have a chance to inherit or to receive an inheritance. We went straight to work or whatever the case may be. We didn't have a chance to own anything because of the manipulations of the government and the things that they do to landowners. They took a lot of land from us. But yet and still in all, here we are, even if on a band-aid shoestring budget, even with just one microphone cord and one earpiece, one of your earpieces on your headphones work. If God told you to do it. And that's what I'm going to do. Each and every weekday morning, I'm going to get up. I'm going to get on the air, whether it's one or zero. It doesn't matter. I got to do what I have to do, which brings me to my next point. I am not embarrassed, nor am I ashamed of my audience. I'm not ashamed at what you see on the screen because, as you know, if they're manipulating the airways or the manipulating the signal to a point to eliminate me from playing my commercials and everything, you know that they'll do something with. I don't worry about the count. There are people listening all over this country listening to the MacMahon Morning Show, and for that I am ever so grateful. Good morning, Diane Black. You did a wonderful job down at. I'm gonna have my show anyway. If I don't have a commercial or nothing, I'm going to mention my people. But the No Kings Day. 7 million people. That's what they stopped counting at, I guess, all over the country, even here in Mississippi. Shocks me that even in North Mississippi, specifically in DeSoto County, Diane Black, Representative Hester Jackson McCray, there's some other people that were there, Pastor Brenda Anderson, that were there leading No Kings protest in Mississippi. And get this, they had snipers up on the roof of across the street from the courthouse where the demonstration was there because they had a public official there. They didn't want nothing happening. And even when the Trump folks tried to come over and one guy tried to come over in his T-shirt and everything and cause trouble, they said it's one of two things. You either go across the street or you'll go right to jail. I think the man said these people are serious. I better go on. Hey, Penelope, I better go ahead and comply. Now, let's talk about this just for a little while. I'd like to welcome all of you all here. Let's talk about this for a little while. And this is the MacMahon Morning Show. I'm not letting nothing stop us. No matter what, we're going to continue to keep on. Don't worry about the little situation with the little StreamYard folks. They're going to be okay because we're moving forward. See, when people think that they can take money out of your pocket and ruin your reputation and stop you from doing what you're doing, God always have a door open. I want you to hear me when I say that. Nothing and nobody can keep you away from what God truly wants you to do. And if people really search their hearts, search their minds, and see that you can't do, or you got the vision, but God will put people in place to help you to get to where you need to get to. And Black people, I want to say this too. Also, we're the main culprits of our demise. We just won't get it right. We can't get it right. I saw all them people out there. I'm not saying it's our fight or anything like that, but I'm just simply saying I saw people out there that were standing up, trying to do what they had to do. And yet and still in all, we're fighting each other when we have the greatest opportunity in the world to receive the greatest benefit from what they're doing. They shut the government down, and everybody going crazy. Not everybody, you know, yeah, or worry or whatever. We don't have to worry about anything. God got us in our hand. Brother Lee Mack is doing well. I hadn't had a chance to talk to him this weekend. There's been so many things that have been going on, but nevertheless, I'm pressing forward. I don't care what. Hey, ain't nothing I can do about it. If there's nothing that you can do about it, move on. Press forward. God always got a ram in the bushes, always a backup plan, and it may not be the way that he wants to take you. And you do not have to demean or insult people because they treated you a certain way. As they say, two wrongs don't make a right. So I'm not angry. I'm not upset. I'm not disappointed. And then I had to check myself, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters. I had to check myself. I said, now operate in a different manner. Some people don't want no help. Some people, they feel that, some people just don't. I mean, they just feel that okay, well, fine, whatever. But we move forward. South Carolina, Barnwell, South Carolina. Um, we're waiting for we did the finalizations, and the protest for Friday, the 24th, is on in Barnwell, South Carolina, for um, the brother that young brother that has led his life, did everything the right way, as we say, and got caught up in some foolishness. And we're going to have his parents on, his family on this week, twice this week, because we got a special. If things are well and things are coming together, we will be broadcasting a very special event on Friday. The Magman Morning Show will have a pre-record on Thursday as we make that transition to do what we have to do. It's going to be an interesting opportunity. A door has opened for the Magman Morning Show and for yours truly, the host, to help and to assist and to speak out against injustice wherever it is. And I'm just pleased and I'm just happy to be able to be a part of uh, of this wonderful, wonderful opportunity. We're going to talk about it. Once we get the situation together today about the graphics and everything, we should have everything up. This Wednesday, I wanted to let you all know also that these elections are very, very important. I did mention Diane Black and several others uh, earlier, and my whole purpose for doing that is I really truly believe, folks, that we can make a difference on November the 4th right here in this region, right in the state of Mississippi. There are elections that are going on in several states in the southern states, and these are important. Okay, let people know where you stand. Get up out here and let them. We can't save everybody. They're looking for others to save everybody, but we got to help ourselves. We got to. This man has turned and just said the Constitution means nothing. And people are still like they're baffled. Stop being, shake it off. Let's get rid of him. How do you do that? You vote. He knows that the midterms are coming with 7 million. They said 7 million people out in the street saying, we don't want you. Not one ICE agent, let me repeat that, not one ICE agent was spotted during that time. They stayed away. They knew. You ain't coming, you got 20 or 30 or 100 against 300,000 people in the city of Chicago. I wish you'd have started something. You're not going to make it, sirs and madams that work for ICE. I don't think they even work for them. I think that they done got and deputized some of them Proud Boys or some white folks, no offense, or some cause that's what they're saying that they're doing, that we as African Americans, that black people are ruining their way of life. See, that's that kind of talk that separates us. We need each other as human beings if we really, really look at it. Why can't we help each other? But now the fight continues. They're not all people are engagement along the way. But when it comes to people that look just like you and I, me rather, there's a double standard, even in arrest. Look at this here. I got the tape. They sent it to me about what happened down there in with the lady getting slammed on the ground by the sheriff's deputy. Who would do a woman like that? You wouldn't do a white woman like that. I'm just telling the truth. See, let me tell you something, white America. Don't get so offended and get your panties in the bunch because I've told the truth. If we're not prejudiced and racist, then stand up for what is right. We got injustice everywhere, even in the justice system. Look at what they're doing to Mr. Dixon, Tyran Dixon. Look at what they did to this young man who has a promising career, doing what he's doing, advocating out there in the community, trying to show the kids that there's a better way. Get your education. This young man has 3 college degrees. He went to school. He never been arrested. He was not in a gang. He ain't got 15 girls separately pregnant. He's not out there doing, he wasn't out there doing that. All he was doing was coming home, making the transport, coming home on his way to his home in South Carolina to be with his family. Brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, if it was your child, if it was your child, your baby, the ones that I mean, and I want y'all to really want the people that I really want to hear me are the ones that so close to their sons that y'all. I'm not knocking that. You can be. That's your business. Y'all know. Now think about it. If it was you in that situation, they done drug your son out the airport, doing wonderful, doing well, got a promising career, and tell that boy, "Oh, we arresting you for murder." God, I just got off a plane. He just got off a plane coming from Finland, what is that? Transferring to another flight to go home to be with his family and get stopped at the airport like a common criminal treated. And he kept his cool, folks. All of 300 pounds and 6'3" or 6'4". That's a lot of man. Jesus help us, God. And he kept his cool. Even in the we got the tape and we're going to show it. Even in the interrogation, this young man kept his cool. Now, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, over the last couple of weeks, I've lost my cool. I have. People make you lose your cool, say crazy stuff and do things to you to try to dehumanize you like you really don't know what you're doing or whatever the case may be. And have you ever tried to help folks and folks throw lightning at you? They don't want to talk to you. They don't want to say nothing to you. All of a sudden you become folks' enemy. Oh, but all along you were trying to help and trying to get people to understand some things. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, we're at a point in our lives and in this American system that we can't take no commercials because they locked up all of I don't know what they did. It isn't fixed yet, but y'all forgive me. You think about this. The Wallace brothers and Drew, it's happening now. Now they scared to say and scared to put out the fact about this young man, Trey Reed. Mm-hmm. The autopsy is back. His mother spoke finally. She finally got her chance to speak on Saturday at the No Kings rally, where I think every politician should have been. But that's not me. I ain't nobody. And the politicians won't. That's not my business. Why? They may have other things that they have to do and people's have to do, or whatever the case may be. But we had 7 million people around the country. Some from Jackson, Mississippi. This shocked me. But what really surprised me, not trying to throw any water on the situation, it was more white people out there than it was black. Now, brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, y'all know I talk about the evil people, whether they black or white, Hindu or whatever the case may be. I'm just trying to describe as such. There are white people that are going through worse too, that are going through in secret indictments and breaking families up. I sympathize with any family. See, nobody was born prejudiced and racist. It's an acquired, taught taste, if that makes any kind of sense to you. Nobody comes here hating. I guarantee you, if you leave kids alone, they'll play. If they did now, since they doing all these evil and experiments, do an experiment like this: raise a black and a white child, just raise them up, take care of them, feed them, give them all the opportunities. They have the same. Just raise them up together, and let's see what this thing is that they calling that they're more superior. See, you can't get black from white, but you can get white from black. Mm-hmm. Not that I mean not that I want to lord over somebody, but if you look at it, they discuss. I mean, history and biology and science and everything else will tell you that that's what it is. We can't. Caucasians can't reproduce us. How could they be the first man and they can't reproduce us? We yet can we can reproduce. Mm-hmm. It's a little science I learned the other day. But brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, as we go through this election season, think about the candidate that you want to represent you in Washington. Let's start there. There is right now, there are three candidates for the United States Senate. My candidate is Priscilla Williams Teal. You say what you want. That's just that. It's a primary. Now, I'm going to support the party. Maybe. It depends on circumstances. That's my intention. But the person that I want to have that nomination is Priscilla Williams Teal. Now, there's some forces, even within and around, that know that this election and this primary, I'm just going to start with them, and I'm going to get to my friends, Diane Black, my cousin friend, sister in the Lord, all kinds of things. Diane Black, I'm going to talk to y'all about the next senator from District 19. Miss Teal is my candidate, and let me tell you why. And if you don't like it, that's your business. In 1955, her family experienced some of the most horrific situations that anybody could experience with the lynching, killing, and the annihilation of Emmett Till. Emmett Till was brutally, and I'll say it again, brutally murdered in a place called Money, Mississippi. Not too far away from Delta State College. During 1955, the migration was great. They call it the Great Migration. People were leaving the South, and the slavery and the tyranny of the South, in some cases and in a lot of cases, moving in worse situations that they were. It was worse in Chicago than it was on the plantations of Mississippi. Mm-hmm. We ain't talking about the projects. We talking about the West Side, the ghetto, the apartments that you had to live in with the rats and the roaches. See, some of us, we so cute and we smell so wonderful with our new. I mean, we got it. If you came from somewhere, you came from somewhere. I'm not saying you have to come from the circumstances I came from, but there's some people that were coming through some rough times. Integration was there, white only, not in Chicago, white only in Mississippi. You couldn't pee or drink of water from the same pipe that the water came out of the same water, but they didn't want your lips or your slobber or whatever the case may be on that water fountain. Mm-hmm. So my mother left in 55, the year Emmett Till was killed. My mother was on her way to Chicago. Emmett went that summer. My mother came in the fall. I mean, like in the early spring of 1955. Emmett went down for the summer, in the summer months, I think, to Money, Mississippi with his uncle. My mother said, when that body got back to Chicago, yes, we know about the smell. Yes, we know about how Miss Teal was. She said that when they got to State Street, the Roberts Temple Church of God in Christ, 43rd, and State, if I'm not mistaken, right around where is First Church of Deliverance. And St. Paul, I think, Church of God in Christ, Bishop Ford. They say when they came around there, they had to take the white police officers, very few black ones in the day back then in the day, but they had to find some black police officers because the people got unrest. They say the line was so long, almost down to 29th Street. Now we're talking about 43rd. They say there were people all the way down to 29th Street. Traffic was backed up, and people wouldn't let you. They wouldn't let the children go in though. They wouldn't allow children to go in because it was so horrific when they looked into the casket and seen what Emmett looked like. That was the civil rights shot that was heard around the world. Sharon Reed, to Deacon Alvin Moore, and to Apostle Reed, God bless you. I forgot to call the roll because I didn't see you. But our sister is here. Y'all say hey to Sharon. She's here, y'all. All right. So when they brought Emmett back, that set it off. Jet Magazine, the Defender, set it off. Why? They put the pictures in the paper. They put the pictures in Jet Magazine. We wouldn't have never knew anything about Emmett Till if it wasn't for independent media such as Jet and Ebony and the Chicago Defender. Saying that, we have a crisis on our hand in the state of Mississippi. It is going to come up that this boy he didn't do this to himself. That's unofficial. That's James Mack saying it. From all indications that I got, that's what's going to be said. On Saturday, they had the homecoming for Delta State. Now, they've been trying to keep this thing under wraps and keep these things under wrap and keep it quiet. The new Black Panther party's out there, Mike Magazine, NAACP, everybody's out there representing. But do you know what I saw and what I really did not see? Participation from the Black community around. They went into this homecoming. Wouldn't it have been something if the Black people, the Black students and the alumni of that university would have said, we ain't going in here because one of our fellow students, might as well say in memoriam as an alumni because he attended there, was murdered. Might as well tell the truth, shame the devil. You heard it right here. It had to be. If what I heard, and it's alleged murder, what I heard is true, how can a person with a hurt leg and a busted head heishes himself up and do the things that we said? I know it sounds horrible, but they saying it. How can that happen? It's impossible. And tie yourself in the front, get the right wherever situation away from the camera as they lying and saying. It's some film somewhere, folks. Too many people quit. It's something underhanded going on down in Cleveland. Now let's talk about the police. They say the Cleveland police is covering it up. The state of somebody's covering this up because they're keeping it quiet. Now, if the autopsy is back, okay, now you got the public out here, no offense to the family, because Ms. Reed was at the rally at Delta State. Good morning, Diane Black. Diane Black, you something else. I'm going to talk about you in a couple seconds, Diane. You just stick around. Don't go nowhere. I got y'all. Once we get the signals together and get this situation together, it'll be together tomorrow. I can play the video of Diane out there talking and wearing them out at No King's Day, letting them know this is what's about to happen with Medicare. Y'all put these folks in. We got to go to Jackson. Send her to Jackson. She going. I believe it. If folks is upset and they ain't jiving like they are, vote Democrat. And you know not to vote Republican. Show these people we not going for it. Give them a preview of that tail whooping that don't know. I like Harlem Nights. Harlem Nights and they had the champ was in there. If those of you all that seen Harlem Nights, I know you have. And the champ is in the ring. He gets there and they pop gloves. You know, that's a little tradition that they do when boxing. That's like shaking hands. You can't shake hands because you got the gloves on. And they say, okay, come out. and come out, shake hands, and come out fighting. You pump the go before the champ that said, Don't take this. I'm not making fun. This ass whooping personal." And I said, "Well, indeed." And he whooped him. That's what we're going to do. Let's go and listen. We have saved this country time after time, doggone it, after time. From Vietnam, from the Civil War, no, from what is that, the War of Independence, 1776, when the Haitians came, black folks came to help America to be free, to get away from the king. And look at what they doing to Haiti now. They won't even give them people food to eat. Children in there, raggedy, just like they did us in the South, just like they did us on the West Side. Thank God for my mother. My mother worked hard. She worked. We didn't get new stuff all the time, but Lord knows we took care of what we had. Yeah, we had some patches. I didn't go around. She washed on her hands and hung clothes up in the bathroom, had a line stretched out in the kitchen. I'll never forget that before we moved to our other house. We didn't have a dryer. We had a washer. We didn't have a dryer. And my mother would scrub on her hands every piece of school clothes that I had. I never went to school. I may not have had the best Nikes or whatever, but James Mack was clean when he went to school. I smelled fresh. She got the Ivory Spring that was her soap she liked. I'm just telling y'all act like y'all don't know what's going on. My mother had to sacrifice. My father sacrificed. He may not have been allowed to come into our house, but that man bought that woman with 8 kids a house and only had 2 of the children were by him. So now would you call him a baby daddy? No, I hate that, even that term, baby daddy. Change that. Either it's a father or not. Somebody had to be the father. He don't deserve father. He this and that. Well, what are you? Try to get along if you can. Try to help raise these children. Back to Diane Black. Let me put her up here. I can't put a picture up here, but I got Diane Black. Yeah, it is. It's in the circle there. It looks like it. Diane Black went to Hernando No Kings Day of DeSoto County. And Diane Black, the candidate nominee for the District 19 State Senate, got up and riled that crowd. They clap, hoot, and holler. And you even got folks that traditionally wouldn't vote. I'm making this kind of cute. Traditionally not vote our way, black or anything else, told her, "You are candidate." That's what I like. Mm-hmm. They may not even, some folk may not care for you, but they got to respect who you are. And Diane was out there, wait until we get the tape up. Wait till we get the tape up. We're going to do that to Mr. Crosby, to Justin Crosby, to Reginald Griffin, to Miss Hammer, Meredith Hammer, to Kiana Belcher, to all of our sponsors, Jessica, to Keisha, the lock goddess of Memphis, to Candle Dessert Lounge, and all of you all that advertise. I've lost some are gone. And I ain't going to talk about it. I ain't did nothing wrong to nobody, y'all. Trust me, I haven't. And I'm encouraged that I must be on the right track, because you know something, he didn't say that the weapons would not form. He said, now the weapons going to form. He said they are not going to prosper. Diane Black went out there and showed them that she is the next state senator from District 19. Let them know I'm here. And they welcomed her and opened up their arms to her. Like the Democratic Party, I found out something. There was a briefing. I got to give this to y'all right quick. I know this is an unorthodox broadcast, and it might, and we ain't got no commercials right now because not until tomorrow. All about this Democratic Party. I like some of them. I got some friends in the Democratic Party. They said, and the report says that they sent $600,000 to the state of Mississippi for these local races, like mayor and state rep, and any local races that happen. The National Party sent funds, and this is what they said: $600,000 they sent to help these candidates in these races. That's what they said. 600,000. Now y'all can look at the counter all day and not stay on. This is important. And I'm speaking to those people. See, if we don't help Mississippi and help, see, y'all live in these cities and places, you can go here, get you a train, a cab, or whatever the case may be. You can go to the stores and you got choices. If you live certain places, it's a shame in the black community they closing the grocery stores down, but I ain't going there. They sent $600,000 to help. I'm putting the Democratic Party on notice. Let me tell you something. If you don't think people are listening, you better listen to the Democratic Party of the state of Mississippi. Y'all better help these candidates. If they sent money for these candidates, y'all better help these candidates. I'm going to go a step further with what my remark is going to be. What you do to the people that are out there that are really trying to make it and trying to be an example for the people, it's going to come right back on you. Those of you that think that you're safe, those of you that think that you'll get reelected, those of you that think that you'll do nothing stink. Let me tell you something. There can be an opponent for you too. See, I believe that if we're going to do some cleaning, you got to clean all of the cavity out. You just can't leave just a part of it in there. And if we got some problems, and if we got an attendance like we had at and I'm not satisfied with it, and I'm grateful that even Sister Crystal Muhammad came way from Houston and her delegation to Mississippi. They got their own problems down there, but took out time to come to Mississippi to be with the Reed family and to be there. There should have been more representation from us. Now, there's a such thing as saying that it's not our problem, and I don't want to get in it. But yet and still in all, when we're talking about a young man swinging from a tree, I don't mean to say it, hung from the tree, hung, lynched. When I say that allegedly, we got a problem. Oh, but the powers that be say they done paid somebody off. No, we didn't go to no kings there. I know it ain't us. I know they fighting too. I just wanted to see, but they had to go get the soup. They had to go get the ones. You're right, Penelope, and I agree with you. We had no business there, but because there were certain people there, look at who they had to come and get to make it plain and speak it right. Representative McCray, they had to go get her. They had to go get Diane Black. They had to go get, and people are stepping up to the plate. I'm talking about Mississippi. See, Mississippi is a different type of a political game. It's different. People are different. The people of Mississippi are different. The culture is a little bit different. But the fight is still for everybody. People forgotten about Mississippi, about our relatives. Somebody got a relative, you know, somebody that got a Mississippi connection. And we're doing it to ourselves. If the Democratic Party sent help and money and resources, y'all give it to them because, you know, I'm going to ask for an accounting of it. Yeah, I'm going to ask, what did you spend it at and what candidate? And I'll go to the candidates and ask, what did the Democratic Party help you? Yes or no? And bring them on the show. Mm-hmm. You might not like me. That's all right, but I'm a newsman and I'm going to bring it out. They don't want to bring nothing out. They want to hide everything. We're not going to hide nothing. If there's no kings, that means there ain't no kings or no knights or nothing else. There ain't no kingdom running around here. We ain't bowing down to nobody but God. In humble submission, no person. Now, as we're looking at right now, it's 39 minutes after the hour of 9 o'clock right here on the MacMan Morning Show. I'm not going to drag you and drag you and drag you, but I want to just say these things before in this preemptive broadcast. Number one, the Mag Media Productions, Mag Media 3 Productions, LLC is a media company. Company meaning for profit, meaning we're a company, we're a real registered company. Two, I am not intimidated by anyone about anything and about anybody. If you don't like my show, if you don't like the information that I'm giving out, you don't have to slander. Nobody slandered me now. Or you don't have to drag me. I haven't been drugged. You don't have to. I mean, it really don't matter because I know that with this job comes some criticism and some. But I don't try to put myself in that pathway of crazy people's and craziness. I don't do that. What I'm going to do is give you the facts, give you the proper news, the facts. And when I say news, I want to give you what is right and not what's sliced up in the editing room. Nobody writes for me. Nobody tells me you got to say this or going to tell me what to say or what not to say. That's clear. What you might see is a struggling broadcaster. It ain't struggling. It's just under construction. But oh, keep watching because somebody around this world is watching the Mac Man Morning Show, and I want to thank you. I want to thank you for supporting me. Everybody that has supported this broadcast, everybody that has promoted and told me to keep going, don't quit. I appreciate you. Those that are truly in our corner and truly rooting and praying for us, I thank you all. And for those that don't like us or me, rather, don't blame it on the people that work for me. Hate me. If you don't like me, that's beautiful. If you don't care for me, I may not be your cup of tea, but somebody will put me in their tea bag. So I'm not worried about all of that. What blessings God has for me, it is for me. I'm not jealous of nobody because you know something, when God get through blessing them, he got more than enough to bless me. Hey, listen, this is Monday morning, a brand new week. I ain't giving the devil nothing. He's got nothing. I'm not giving bad thoughts, energies, all these things. You know, people don't talk about the devil real bad. They call them entities and energies and all that. I call it like it is. Slewfoot ain't got nothing coming. Ain't nobody mad but him. And he's not stopping anything. If I lost every friend that I have, you wasn't a friend in the first place. If I lost every contract that ever came my way, you didn't mean right in the first place. Because one thing that I'm going to do, and that is I'm not going to insult you. I'm not going to drag you in the mud. I'm not going to do you like you do me. I'm going to stand up and I'm going to continue to treat my fellow man and woman right. I'm going to continue to uphold the banner of being a black man and in the country where sometimes we're not liked, not just some by some folks we're not liked. I know that. I know that I'm black. You ain't got to tell me. I wake up every day and I see it and I'm proud and I'm happy. Why do I say that? Because people try to dehumanize us and make us feel bad because we got a little color in us. And that's all right. That's fine. My people are resilient people. We're determined people. We're surviving people. Okay. We're not weirdos or foreigners or somebody. We're hardworking people. We built this country and still doing it. With the shutdown, God's still going to feed us. He shut it down for them. He didn't shut it down for us. Some way we're going to make it, y'all. Don't be weary in your well doing. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of what you hear on the television. Don't be, he ain't nobody. He ain't nobody. A funky, stinking tail piece of flesh. That's all that he is. And if he think he keep playing with God, God'll cut his breath off. Y'all don't believe God'll cut his breath off? He's there for a reason. He's there in that seat for a reason. Just like the Pharaoh was in that seat for a season and a reason. To what? Israel get it together. And even when they was in the wilderness, what would have took them 40 so odd days took them 40 years. Because of confusion, black people, we still wandering. And the promised land is over there. Some of y'all ain't gonna make it. There was a remnant of the children of Israel that had to die off first. Whole generations had to die off first in order for them to get to the promised land. Is that what's going to have to happen with us? That you ain't go, I see it, but I can't get there? These people are going to do what they want to do. They're going to do what they want to do. We can stop them. We ain't having it. I'm not having it. If I'm the lone voice crying in the wilderness, I'm going down fighting. You may get me, but boy, I'm going to take me some with me. Oh, you can't say, I can say what I want to say. If people can call me out my name, call me spooks, and I live in the zoo and I'm a monkey and all that, a negro and a negro and all that old stuff that they do, monkey and coon and all them names that they call us. My family is not no animals. We ain't no damn coons. We ain't no niggas. I'm gonna say it again. I'm not a nigger. I am not a nigger. Never will be. You can say it all day. I don't answer to things that I'm not familiar with, and that's something that I'm not familiar with, and it's not a part of me. So it doesn't offend me when people say that word, because I don't know who they talking. They sure can't be talking about me, because if you know me, you know I'm not one of them. So that's that. 48, 46 minutes after the hour of 9 o'clock on the MacMan Morning Show, with me talking and saying what I'm saying. Up at this time, we're experiencing from our streaming service a disconnect or some kind of technical problem that they're having with our video system. It is not me by now to play everybody's commercials and everything. I appreciate the people that support me, and it hardens you sometimes, but you can't give up because people, I know that everybody don't understand, but for those of you that do understand, thank you for your support, your prayers, your consideration, and thank you for being able to listen each and every weekday morning right here on Mag Media 3 Productions. Now, listen, I'm not going to stick around all day. I had to come on and say something. Um, Tomorrow morning, God willing, everything will be in order. We can play our videos. I can't even play an outro or nothing, but that's all right. We still the McMahon Morning Show here, right here, every weekday morning, 9 o'clock, y'all. We're here in the Central Time Zone. Uh, an update. We're going to have the mother and the father of the young man who this wonderful athlete, Mr. Tyron Dixon's mother and father are going to be here to talk about the rally on the big rally in Barnwell, South Carolina on this Friday. Interesting notes that will be given, and we will have official confirmation about that uh, by tomorrow's show. Also, Mac at Night is coming. Mac Media, MacMan in the evening, MacMan at night. After Dark is coming, and we're getting our lineup right now. The rest of this weekend until the election, we will be spotlighting our candidates all until November the 4th. You're going to see more ads and you're going to see more information about our candidates until the election, all the way up. So and they're coming on to talk. We got to get the word out, folks, about what's happening. Music is coming to the MacMan Morning Show. We're going to be able to play music. We're going to be able to do the things that we do. And I want to say to uh, I want to say to all of you that He's good, and He's worthy to be praised. Let me say this also. It did not slip me, but I want to say that my dear brother and friend to the family of Apostle Steve Jones in the wonderful city of Chicago. Steve Jones and I have known each other for a long time. Dear, good brother from the house of Ferguson. And Pastor Jones passed away yesterday. Right after church or something, I got a call. And then Brother Jesse Jackson Jr. put out some information that I got from him about Brother Pastor Apostle Steve Jones. To our dear friend, Lady Beverly. God bless you, Beverly. Beverly is one of the wonderful singers in gospel. Beverly Jones, to the Jones family, and to that church, Bishop Larry Trotter, Elder Overseer Bert Kennerson. I know that that's they cousins, and he was a good friend of mine. Brother Steve was a good friend of mine. Y'all pray for the Jones family. Pray for all the bereaved families everywhere. Pray for the Reed family. Pray for Trey Reed's mom, Sophia. Pray for her. That lady's going through a hard time with her own people. Y'all pray for us. We getting ready to more than likely travel this week for the rally in South Carolina. People are suffering, and then not that they just suffering, people are crying out and they're looking for somebody to address this. And I feel honored that someone would ask the McMahon to come to speak about injustice and to help and to bring awareness in the ways that we can. So they talk about our show, and I'm gonna close. They talk about our show, and I laugh. You ain't seen nothing yet. I may not be in the top 100, but I'm gonna be in the number. You better believe it. And if you think that the McMahon Morning Show is a desert, you've seen nothing. I ain't got nothing to prove to nobody. But I do want to give quality and great broadcasting and get that duck off my head up there. I don't want no duck upside my head. I want to get rid of them. They even blocked that. I couldn't put nothing up. I had to put that up there, but it's okay. Um, as we get ready to go, stay prayerful, stay prayed up. Tomorrow morning, we will have an announcement about our show. I might come back on and let you know that everything is okay later on this afternoon with an update or just a brief video of some kind to let you know what the progress is and how we're getting along. It'll be fixed today. We just got to get on top of things. Don't forget also to you can vote now. I think this is the last day for absentee voting in Mississippi, the last weekend of absentee voting. Y'all get out and vote as quick as possible. We have Diane Black guy. Y'all know Diane was out there in Hernando talking and riling out like she's Sunday morning. She's a saint. We all glory to God. She's a saint. So she got out there like she was at convocation or something. You don't know nothing about convocation. Don't worry about it. I'm proud of her. I was just smiling and crying again. Diane, God bless you. We love you here at the McMahon Morning Show and your wonderful father and family. And thank you for always being an encouragement and a blessing. And God just bless you all. Sharon, all of y'all. Y'all just be blessed. Pam G, Miss Jessica, you did a wonderful job. A wonderful job with Food Fight. It's going to be 70s theme next year. I'm going to get all the graphics and everything. And congratulations to all of the winners of the cake fight, the food fight. Y'all didn't throw no cake at nobody. I ain't getting none. That's all right, though. Thank you to Priscilla Williams Teal for coming out and greeting all of her constituents and everybody. That's what it's going to take. You're going to see a whole lot more of her. Let's root for her. I wish I could put everybody up on the screen. I can't at this time. But that's okay. It was amazing. And you had Pam G and the candles and candle dessert lounge down there showing out, clowning and carrying on and cheesing, got their shirts on. And the nice people said, well, where can I get this from? And everything. That's nice. But it's wonderful. Pray for us, y'all. Can you get a prayer through? Do anybody out here really love God enough? I'm not saying religious. Lead them religious folks and deep folks. I'm talking about really can get a prayer. Let's pray for each other that we be better. Let's pray for each other that's going through. Call somebody that you know and call somebody. Tell them you're thinking about it. Go carry some lunch or something. Be nice. It's nothing like being, it's nice to be nice. Reverend James Allen Rogers said that. It says just nice to be nice. This is the McMahon Morning Show. We'll be back here tomorrow at our original time of 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. we'll be back here with full controls. Everything will be back to get it back in order. It's going to be a little bit better. Y'all pray for us. We'll be here. This is the new week. We got a lot going on. I'll be putting out the list of those that'll be coming on uh, this week. And y'all just look out for great programming. I love you. God bless everybody. Be good to each other. Remember our affirmation. We don't have to be jealous of nobody. Guess what? When God get through blessing them, he got more than enough to bless you and I. Y'all take care. Forgive me for not having a theme song on. Like I said, stream y'all go hear from me. We'll be all right. We'll be all right in the tomorrow morning show. Thank you for being attentive. Everybody in the bushes, hey. I like to say, Miss Crawley, I see you. Hey, how you doing? God bless you, sister, in the struggle. Been in the struggle a long time, protesting, marching from a young age. See, some of these people, y'all, they may not look like veterans, but they veterans of the movement and out there doing what they do for Harvey, to Miss Covey Chapman, to Chappelle Hooks, and to Kobe, all of y'all, the next mayor of Harvey, to all of y'all, Meredith Hammer, all of y'all out there. We're grateful for all of you. Diane Black, the next, and Reginald Jackson, going to Jackson, Mississippi, going to the Capitol. I can't wait to see Diane take her oath of office. And y'all look out for Diane's folks. They're going to be out there. If you need to know, we're going to have all the information that you need on our. We're going to be on election watch from now until election day, with a special election day coverage of those races that we are endorsing and cover. Mr. Crosby, 22, District 22, state rep. I believe he gonna get there. Mr. Crosby, all right with me. Mr. Crosby can make chili too, y'all. He's a cook, they said. Somebody told me now. Now, if I'm wrong, y'all tell me I'm wrong, but that's okay. I want you all to have a wonderful day today. Thank you for tuning in to the Magman Morning Show. Y'all have a great day. Y'all know Pam G over here clowning because she was over there hustling they was over there at her candle shop over yonder. I saw where they had you. They had you in a good spot. I was looking. But y'all be good. We're going to get out of here. It is right now 9:57 in the Central Time Zone. We'll be back here at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time on tomorrow. Right back here on Mag Media 3 Productions. RFU 104.5 FM Champaign, Urbana, and WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial in Holly Springs, Mississippi. We thank you all for being here. Well, we're getting out of here, and we'll see you on tomorrow. Once again, have a great day.